Kirigakure, the village hidden in the mist, known for secrecy, cruelty, and power. Of all the great shinobi villages, none has a darker history, and its shadows, the Mizukage, carried all of that weight. Today, I'm going to tell you the full story of every Mizukage from the 1st to the 6th, their powers, their jutsu, their rise, their downfalls, and the legacies they left behind. No filters, no skipping details. Before we continue, subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button. If you haven't watched my videos on the other Kages, make sure to do that. Let's dive into the mist. The first Mizukage, Byakuren. Byakuren, the founder of Kirigakure, an old warrior scarred by the Warring States era. White-haired, blind in one eye, with jagged teeth like a predator. He forged the mist by uniting the strongest clans of the Land of Water and stood as its first representative at the 5 Mizukage Summit. Now, here's the catch. Byakuren's abilities aren't shown in the anime or manga, but based on his era, we know this. He survived the Warring States era, where only the deadliest shinobi lived long enough to grow old. That alone tells you he was monstrously strong. We do know he had powerful water release techniques, since it's the signature of Kirigakure. Most likely he also had lightning release or wind release, the common natures among mist clans. He was the foundation, the man who built the mist from blood and fear. Byakuren eventually passed away quietly. His greatest jutsu wasn't a technique. It was creating the village hidden in the mist itself. The second Mizukage, Gengetsu Hozuki. If Byakuren was the founder, Gengetsu was the monster, a genius from the Hozuki clan, tall, sharp, and smug, with eyes that seemed to mock you. His clan ability, the hydrification technique, allowed his entire body to become liquid. You couldn't cut him, you couldn't pierce him. He could slip through any attack like flowing water. But Gengetsu wasn't about defense. He was about overwhelming illusions and death traps. He could summon a giant clam that released a thick mist and created mirages of genjutsu so strong that it fooled entire battalions. You'd see enemies where there were none, strike shadows, and be cut down while swinging at air. And his ultimate? The steaming danger tyranny, a clone made of oil and water, shaped like a small version of himself. It would rapidly expand, explode like a bomb, then evaporate, reform, and repeat the process endlessly. Imagine a suicide bomber that never dies. That was Gengetsu. His chakra natures included water, fire, and earth, which allowed him to create both boil release and his unique oil water jutsu. His fighting style was unpredictable, flashy, and devastating, but even legends fall. His final battle was against Mu, the second Tsuchikage. Two Kage, both monsters, clashed and killed each other. That was his end. The third Mizukage, the Silent Shadow. The third Mizukage is a ghost in history. His name is never given, his jutsu never revealed. What we do know is that he once stood as Byakuren's bodyguard and later became Mizukage himself. Some say he was the one who started the brutal practices that earned Kirigakure the nickname the Bloody Mist. The graduation exams where children were forced to kill each other, that likely began under his reign. Chakra natures, unknown. Jutsu, unknown. But remember, the Mizukage were chosen for power. He absolutely had strong water release and probably wielded advanced Kekkei Genkai from the clans he ruled. His mystery is his legacy. He was the shadow no one could see clearly, and that fits perfectly with the mist's reputation. The fourth Mizukage, Yagura Karatachi. Now we get to Yagura, and his story is pure tragedy. Yagura was the Jinchuriki of the Three Tails, Isobu. And not just any Jinchuriki, a perfect Jinchuriki. He had complete mastery over Isobu, which made him one of the most powerful shinobi alive. He wielded water release at an elite level, shaping massive torrents, walls, and deadly water bullets. With Isobu's chakra, he could shroud himself in the tailed beast's form, use coral spikes to trap enemies, and unleash tailed beast bombs capable of leveling landscapes. But his reign is remembered for one thing, the Bloody Mist. Under Yagura, the academy graduation exams forced children to kill each other. The village drowned in blood and fear. To the world, Yagura was a cruel dictator. But here's the twist, Yagura wasn't in control of himself. He was manipulated by Obito Uchiha, who used genjutsu to turn him into a puppet. All of the bloodshed wasn't Yagura's will, it was Obito's. Yagura was both victim and villain. Eventually, he was freed, but his rule didn't last long. He died young, either assassinated or killed in rebellion. The details remain foggy, but his story is clear, the perfect Jinchuriki who became a prisoner in his own body. The fifth Mizukage, Mei Terumi. Then came Mei Terumi, the fifth Mizukage, and with her the bloody mist finally ended. Mei was powerful, beautiful, and charismatic. She had not one, but two Keki Genkai. Her lava release allowed her to spit streams of molten magma that burned through anything. Her boil release created a corrosive acidic mist that melted steel, armor, and even Madara Uchiha's Susanoo. She also mastered water release and fire release, giving her a deadly range of abilities. In battle, she could flood the field, burn it down, or melt it away. She was versatile and lethal. But Mei's greatest achievement wasn't just her jutsu, it was her leadership. She ended the Bloody Mist era, opened Kirigakure to diplomacy, and rebuilt its reputation on the global stage. She represented the Mist at the 5 Kage Summit and fought bravely in the 4th Great Ninja War, standing against Madara and the Ten Tails army. Mei stepped down later, remembered as a reformer who brought light back to a village drowned in blood. And finally, the 6th Mizukage, Chojuro. At first, Chojuro was shy, nervous, even clumsy with his words. But behind that awkwardness was a true warrior. He was one of the last of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the Mist, and his weapon was Hiramekare, a great twin-handled sword that stored chakra and could take any shape. He could form twin blades, massive hammers, even shoot chakra blasts, strong enough to destroy enemy defenses. Chojuro's chakra nature was water release, and he wielded it with precision. He fought in the 4th Great Ninja War, sealing enemies and striking down powerful foes. Over time, he grew into his role, shedding his timid nature. By the Boruto era, Chojuro was a confident leader who represented a peaceful, united Mist village. His reign marked the end of the Bloody Mist's reputation and the beginning of an era of diplomacy and strength. He may not be the flashiest Mizukage, but Chojuro is proof that sometimes the strongest leaders are the quiet, steady ones. And there you have it, the full story of every Mizukage. Byakuren, the founder; Gengetsu, the illusionist monster; the mysterious third; Yagura, the tragic puppet; Mei, the reformer queen; Chojuro, the quiet blade. Together, they created one of the most fascinating and tragic legacies in all of Naruto, a legacy born in blood, but carried into peace. So tell me, who do you think was the strongest Mizukage? Drop your answer in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because there are still more hidden legends to uncover.